Hi, Steve Ball from Coolriffs Guitar School. I'm going to make this video as short and sweet as possible, and it's all to do about amp modelers and amp capture devices for beginners. Okay, so what we've got here is one of the new Tonex pedals, and this is an amp capture device. So what it does, it kind of well, what people do is they kind of sample the sound of amplifiers and cabinets and also distortion pedals and boost pedals, and you get this sample that you can load onto this pedal via software. Behind me I've got a Helix modeler, so that's the Helix floor, which I use for most of my demos and whatever, and I gig that as well, and hopefully I'll be gigging this soon as well. When you hear these demos online, they sound really cool. When you get them, they might not sound as cool until you realise how to set them up properly. So if you plugged this into a combo amp, what you would get is you would get the amplifier probably, if you've loaded that in, and the cabinet as well. What you need to do is, if you're popping it into a combo, is you probably need to turn off the cabinet emulation in one of these pedals, or any modeler for that matter. And what you get then is you just get the amplifier and your speaker in your combo. Now, if you want to have both, that's fine. And it works. It works for some, not for all. But what we do get a lot of problems with is when you buy these kind of things and you've just got putting it into an audio interface, for example. So it could be a Cubase or GarageBand or something like that, and you're just recording straight in and you've only got an amplifier emulation, it will sound like a bee in a biscuit tin, especially when you're using an overdrive sound. So you'll need to turn the cabinet emulation on if it isn't already on. Okay, so that is one of the reasons that you will find that these sound a bit dodgy, because you might not have turned the cab emulator on, or you might not have turned it off. You know, it's one or the other, and that is one of the main reasons that people struggle with these kind of things. Also, if you look in the output mode on maybe another type of modeler or whatever, it should have, like, could be combo output, could be studio output, like the old Line 6 stuff did. So have a look at that and make sure you've got it matched up to the right piece of gear. I sometimes use what's called a powered speaker. It's like a PA speaker. It's just got an amplifier inside it. And what I need to do is make sure that the cabinet emulation is switched on my modeler, because those speakers don't sound like guitar speakers and you end up with a bee in a biscuit tin sound again. So if it's an FR, as they call them as well, turn the cab emulation on your modeler and you should be good to go. Okay, so you followed my advice on using the cab emulation, turning it on, turning it off, depending on your scenario. But you start going through the presets on these modelers, capture devices, and it just doesn't sound as good as what you expected it to sound, especially with the money you've invested in it, or whoever's invested in it. So what do? First of all, manufacturers don't generally put really cool presets within their modelers. They're just putting in sounds and presets that show off what the device can do. So you've got to tone it down a little bit. Okay, so don't worry about I've bought the wrong thing or somebody's bought the wrong thing for me. They probably haven't. It's just how those presets sound. Even on the super dupers like the Helix behind me, yes, it does have lots of presets in it. Do I use them? No. Would I? I would tone them down, definitely, but I actually make my own presets, so I've taken the time to do that. And there's plenty of people on YouTube, for example, for the Helix and the Tonex that I showed you. Jason Sadites is amazing, and there's lots of other cool YouTubers out there to help you get the best out of your modelers. Hopefully, I've helped you out. Don't be disappointed, and I'll see you soon. I'm Steve Ball from Coolriffs Guitar School, signing off. Please subscribe. Helps me out loads, as it does other YouTubers when you subscribe to them. I'll see you soon. Take care.